For the cheapest FIFA points, coins and accounts around, go to ufifa.com and up until the 2nd of January, get 15% discount when you use the code TVM at checkout. Links in the description. Go check them out. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome to another Team of the Week predictions. This is probably the hardest week of the year to try and predict who is going to be in form. Just purely because there's not many leagues. There are in fact 9 leagues altogether, and 4 of those are English leagues. And then we have 2 sets of games rolled into one, so we have to pick the best performers from those games and put them into a Team of the Week. So it's going to be very much an English league theme going on. Although we are kicking it off with an Australian, Galekovic, got 8 saves and man of the match in a 0-0 draw. Al Musa got 1 goal and he also picked up man of the match in a 2-1 win. Here we are, first of the English League players. It is Clark of Preston, and it will be a position change from the centre-back card that he is normally accustomed to the right back that I don't think he'd be very good at, if I'm honest. A centre-back he would have been decent, but he got the only goal in a 1-0 win. We've got Ollie Watkins, who picked up a hat-trick in a 4-2 win. One of 2 West Brom players in this week's Team of the Week predictions from me is Hal Robson-Kanu. I really hope he gets it. Unfortunately, it would be a left mid. He would be pretty useless as a left mid, but we can only hope that they give him a position change to a cam or a centre mid or something. But he got a goal and an assist in a 2-1 win. Awai, I'm not really sure how to say his name. 2 goals, man of the match in a 2-0 win. Nelson Oliveira, honestly didn't think this guy was still playing football, but still, he got himself a hat-trick in a 3-0 win over high-flying Derby. Al Raheb, 2 goals off the bench to win the game 2-0, so he's definitely deserved one there. McGuinness picked up a hat-trick for Charlton in a 4-1 win, and EA always give informs for hat-tricks. Not really sure to say this guy's name. Kermorgant? I'm going to stick with that. 2 late goals to win the game against Bristol City. Also hit the bar during the game as well. And he also picked up man of the match. On to the starting 11. And this is where the Premier League players start to come in force. Kicking things off with Kasper Schmeichel. 2 clean sheets over the last 6 days with 6 saves across both games. I'm not convinced, if I'm honest. There's a couple of other goalkeepers that I've still yet to mention, believe it or not, toward the end of the video. But I've penciled him in the starting 11. Kieran Trippier, a player that I was reluctant to put in here, and actually one of 2 Tottenham players in the starting 11. But just purely because there's a lack of players to choose from, essentially, in defence, I've gone with Trippier because he played so well against Watford. He actually got 2 assists, a very good performance in a 4-1 win. Like I said, I do have another player from Tottenham in here, but he was easily the best player on the field. You know, barring the goal scorers, easily the best player. This is an extremely long shot, but I just have a feeling that because it was such a big game and Milner used to play for Manchester City, he had an outstanding performance against them, where we won 1-0, of course. He didn't pick up man of the match or anything like that. In fact, Wijnaldum got a goal and man of the match, so that's an outside chance there. But he also picked up an assist against Stoke, so although I don't think they're going to really give it to him, I kind of do at the same time, just purely because he returned to City and kept Sterling quiet the entire game and just played very, very well. So I'm gonna go with my gut. James Milner for another inform. Lewis Dunk completes the defensive lineup. The Brighton man got himself a goal, and he also picked up man of the match in a 2-1 win over Fulham. Luke Berry of Cambridge got 2 goals and man of the match from midfield in a 4-0 win. Now, this is long overdue. Matt Phillips of West Brom, the second West Brom player to go in here. In fact, the second left-sided player, because this would be a position change. He got 2 assists in a 3-1 win, and then he also got a goal, an assist, and a man of the match in a 2-1 win, all within the space of 5 days. If he doesn't get an inform now, EA have something against him. Not a guaranteed inform here, but Willian, 2 goals and a man of the match award in a 4-2 win over Stoke. There is a severe lack of high-rated players in this week's Team of the Week, so I can definitely see EA clutching at straws and just going with Willian. Plus, he did play well, to be fair to him. I would love to get my hands on this card, but I can imagine it's going to be pricey. Scott Sinclair in the Old Firm got himself a goal to win the game, essentially. 2-1 over Rangers. It'd be hard not to pick a player from the Derby match of the weekend, but yeah, I've gone with Scott Sinclair. He's probably the standout, I would say. The second of the Tottenham players to enter is DELE ALLI. Now, this is almost guaranteed, and by almost, I literally mean like 99%. If they don't give it to him, I'll be very, very shocked. There is a small contention there from Harry Kane, but Dele Alli played well across both games. Not that Kane didn't, but Dele Alli scored twice in 2 games. He also picked up man of the match in both 4-1 performances. So I'd be very hard pushed to see anyone get an inform over Dele Alli from those games. I would love this as well. His card is incredible. But that inform looks insane. Andre Gray got a hat-trick, and he also picked up a man of the match in a Burnley 4-1 win. Now I have 2 controversial choices. I've gone with Romelu Lukaku. Do I think he's going to get it? Not really, in a way, but for some reason I had to put him in here. He got a goal and an assist, and he also picked up man of the match in a 3-0 win over Southampton. Southampton are on a bit of a slide at the moment. They shipped 4 against Tottenham. They've just gone and shipped 3 against Everton. So not on the greatest of form, but they are still Southampton nevertheless. So I think EA might look at that and go, that's a hell of a performance for Lukaku. He's a high-rated player. There's not that many this week. Let's go for it. The only other player in that game I can see getting it, really, is going to be Leighton Baines. He scored a goal, albeit from the penalty spot. Kept a clean sheet as well. They could go with Valencia, but I would imagine it's going to be Lukaku or Baines, and I've plumped for Lukaku. Last of the goalkeepers to mention, we're outside of the 11 now. These are the possibilities, I guess. Mannone, he had an outstanding performance despite conceding 2 goals against Liverpool, and had it not been for his heroics within the net, they definitely would have lost that game. I watched the entire thing, and I tell you what, Mannone was outstanding, like I said, despite conceding 2 goals. So I mean, if I were EA, I'd put him in there just for heroics, essentially, because he did keep him in there, and he also earned man of the match, and they came away with a point against a side that were flying high and scoring goals for fun. Lastly, we have to talk about Giroud, because I know a lot of you are going to be barking at me. He scored well, let's be honest, a contender for goal of the season that gave Arsenal the lead over Palace, and they went on to win 2-0. Iwobi scored a goal. He also picked up man of the match in that game, but if they're going to give it to anyone, it has to be Giroud, essentially just for that goal that he scored. Will they give it to him? Probably not, but I thought it'd be worth mentioning. Another one that people are going to mention to me as well is going to be Anthony Martial. Now, Anthony Martial scored a goal in the game, not today, but the game the other day. And a lot of people were saying, oh, you know, I'd love to see a Martial, especially a position change striker Martial. If he was going to get it, it would be a left wing, because that's technically where he played, but I can't see them giving it to him just for 1 goal. I did have him in my predictions up until today, but he's just been pushed out by a sheer number of strikers that have been chosen, and left wings as well. We've got 3 left wings or left mids, in fact 4 already in this week's Team of the Week. Of course, there are a couple of games on tomorrow, but I would imagine that EA will have picked the Team of the Week before those games commence. And then, obviously, those games may be counted ready for next week, because I believe next week is an FA Cup weekend as well, so they may count them toward the Team of the Week to, again, pad it out, because, again, there's not that many leagues going on. There's about 2 or 3 extra leagues going on the week after, and they've got the FA Cup as well, so they might need tomorrow's games. That being said, if I've left anyone out, do me a huge favour and leave it in the comment section down below who you think deserves it. Bear it in mind, I know that Manchester United have just beaten West Ham, and Ibra scored, and a lot of people are going to go, what about Ibra? Let's be honest, he's probably going to get Player of the Month. So they're definitely not going to give him one if he's going to get that. And he only scored 1 goal against 10 men. So I'm just going to leave him out. If you've enjoyed the Team of the Week predictions, do me a huge favour and smack the like button. Go check out MPHD. The link is down below and at the end of the video if you want a different perspective on this week's Team of the Week predictions. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, of course. And I shall see you guys in the next one. Till then, goodbye.